My mom was a popular Italian actress, so right since I was a toddler, I was used to the paparazzi going berserk the moment I stepped out in public. And honestly, I loved being in the spotlight.
Hello guys, ready for some new poses?
I always knew I wanted to be an actress like Mom, so I begged her to take me to auditions. I'd get in front of the camera and everyone would go nuts. Mamma mia, Valentina, you're a born actor. Well, that was kinda true. Mom said I was a very expressive baby. And when I was in the 2nd grade, I pretended for a whole year that I was some celebrity whose life was being secretly recorded. Thanks to my natural acting skills, I was already a successful actress by the time I was 15. My life was almost perfect, but things started going downhill quickly after that. Mom lost some film contracts to younger actresses, and she started getting plastic surgeries to look younger. A few of them went horribly wrong. Mom, what did you do to your lips? You look like a duck. Shush, I know what I'm doing, Valentina. But Mom ended up looking so weird. No one wanted to cast her in their films anymore. This broke her heart, and she slowly transformed into this wild party animal who dated a new guy every month. And the worst part? She was blowing tons of money buying expensive gifts for them. Mom, I just saw your boyfriend kissing one of our maids. He's a total jerk. Oh, really? Then I guess I'll give that limited edition Rolex watch to my next boyfriend. Mom kept going around with the biggest buttheads on the planet and spending money like water. Her falling reputation in film circles affected me too, and in a matter of a few months, we were both sitting at home with no work. Then Mom tried one business idea after another, but nothing worked out. And soon enough, we exhausted all our savings. Even the banks kicked us out, and all of our relatives turned us away. I was so angry at Mom for getting us into this mess, and the paparazzi were having a field day selling news about our downfall. But one night, Mom walked into my room and sat on my bed. Valentina, I'm so sorry about everything. Oh, how I just wish that American business was in my name. That could have saved us right now. What business? I invested in a perfume business with my friend in the US a few years back, and it became really successful. But it's entirely in her name. Why? I didn't want to pay the taxes. Oh my God, that was typical Mom. Last year, I had a fight with her, and now that witch won't give me my share of the investment back. What if I go to the US and talk to her? Mom loved the idea, and I took the next flight to the US. When I reached Mom's friend's house, she looked pleased to see me. Wow, you're as pretty as your mom. Or as pretty as she used to be once. Thank you. I think you know why I'm here. Your mom and I are childhood friends, and you're very welcome in my house. Stay as long as you like. But I'm talking about Mom's investment. What's the hurry, Valentina? We'll talk about this unpleasant business later. The next day, I kept trying to remind her of Mom's money, but she simply wouldn't talk about it. I knew this was not going to be easy, but I was determined to get our money back from that witch. One day, as I was leaving her study, I bumped into a boy around my age. I figured he was Mom's friend's son, and for some reason, he was dressed like Michael Jackson. Hi, I'm Will, but I guess you already know that. How would I know your name? I know yours. That's because I'm famous. Ugh, why is everyone here so stupid? Hey, I'm not stupid. In fact, I might just be the solution to all your problems. Mom told me why you're here. I can help you get your money back in a month. Mom will do anything I say. Trust me, but on one condition. And what's that? You have to fake date me in front of my ex. She dumped me last month for another guy, and I'd love to show her that I'm with someone like you. You're a great actress. It shouldn't be a problem. I stared at him and thought about it. Fake dating this weirdo wasn't something I was looking forward to, but I really needed that money. We have a deal. You get me my money in a month, and I'll make sure your ex eats her heart out and runs back to you. The next morning, I was nervous about going to a new school in a foreign country, but when I got there, kids practically jumped on me. You're that Italian actress, Valentina, right? I saw your toilet cleaner commercial. You looked like a goddess cleaning toilets with your perfect hands. Just then, a guy took off his t-shirt and asked me to sign it. I obliged my fan happily, and soon, all the guys were doing that. I was loving this place. But just then a teacher came and told everyone to put their shirts back on. What a buzzkill. I looked for Will to show me around school, but he simply disappeared. Sometime later, I found him in the cafeteria in a corner with a guy who seemed to be bullying him. There was a pretty blonde girl with them too. The bully took out a paper from his pocket and started shouting, "Attention everyone, here's a song that our lover boy Will once wrote Mia. Mia, you're as sweet as honey. I'll buy you gifts with my money. Your hair is silky smooth. I even like your wisdom tooth." The girl, who I guessed was Will's ex, looked really uncomfortable.
Stop it, you're embarrassing him.
But obviously, that jerk just kept laughing and going on. I walked over and snatched the paper from him.
What is wrong with you? You're such a rude donkey. And Will, I didn't know you write so well, babe. I'm so glad I met you in Italy last summer.
That caught Mia's attention.
Wait, last summer? As in, before Will and I dated? Don't worry, we didn't start talking again until an hour after you broke up.
Mia turned red and walked away with her moron boyfriend. Whoa, did you see how jealous she looked? You're awesome.
Tell me something I don't know. By the way, that song was awful.
I promise, I've gotten better since. For the first time, I saw Will smile and noticed his cute dimples. The next day, Will turned up at school wearing a t-shirt with my photo printed on it, and it had Sugar Boo written in bold letters. And at lunch, he was standing on a chair in the cafeteria waving me over. "Valentina, the love of your life is here." It was so freaking embarrassing. But just as I was pulling him down, Mia walked in, so I grabbed Will's collar and kissed him.
Babe, I missed you so much. It's been 2 hours, 34 minutes, and 23 seconds since I last saw you.
Oh, my Sugar Boo. I'm sure it must have hurt when you fell from heaven. Is there an airport nearby, or is my heart taking off? God, he could win an Oscar for overacting. Later that day, I gave Will some tips on how to be a cool boyfriend.
No more sleazy pickup lines or cringy songs.
But I read online that girls want their boyfriends to write songs for them.
Yeah, if they are good at it, which you are not, my friend. You just get me chocolates and flowers.
Luckily, Will turned out to be a fast learner. We kept fake dating for a few weeks, and to be honest, it was fun. I even took him to the mall one day and gave him a complete makeover. The next day at school, I could see jaws drop when we walked hand in hand. Will was loving being popular, but the idiot was still hung up on Mia. Our fake dating is working. I caught Mia looking at us 17 times today.
Come on, do you still want to date Mia? I don't think she's anything special. And with your new looks, any girl would go out with you.
Any girl? Will you go out with me? I mean, for real? That question took me by surprise. See, the problem is your life's always been so perfect that you have no idea what rejection feels like.
I wasn't rejecting you. And just so you know, my life is far from perfect. I'm here in a foreign country, miles away from home, just because my mom blew all our money, and I can't even land a movie role. But the point is, you deserve better than Mia.
Maybe you're right. Okay, now you stop frowning, or you'll get wrinkles on your pretty face. He gently pinched my cheek, and for some reason, I felt butterflies in my tummy. Weird. A few days later, Mia surprised both me and Will when she came over and invited us to a party at her place. Will was excited to go, so I said yes. Mia had invited the whole class, and we were having a blast dancing when suddenly a slow song started playing. Will pulled me close, and we swayed to the slow beats. My heart was racing a bit, and he smiled down at me with those adorable dimples. And suddenly, he kissed me, and not like one of our fake kisses. I felt like the world around me had stopped. When he pulled back, I was breathless, and I thought he looked shaken too. Mia saw us kissing. I'm sure she must be burning with jealousy. Wait, she's coming our way. Be cool, Will. Oh, so the kiss was for Mia. That shouldn't have hurt, but strangely it did. Well, I wanted to talk to you for a moment. He immediately let go of me and followed Mia. I just stood there like an idiot. When Will didn't return for half an hour, I went looking for him and found him in the kitchen, washing dishes.
Will, what's the matter with you? You left me alone for this?
Actually, Mia's maid didn't turn up, so she asked me to help her. And guess what? She said she'd even think about getting back with me.
What? Suddenly, dozens of kids barged into the kitchen along with Mia's boyfriend, who started recording Will on his phone.
This is your place, you loser. Can you come to my party next week? I'll pay you $50 to do the dishes.
Everyone started laughing, and just then, Mia walked in too. Stop it, you all! I asked Will to help me. He's just being a good friend. But Will didn't say anything. He simply took off his apron and left. I decided to leave the party too. But suddenly, Mia grabbed my arm. Remember this. Will might pretend to like you, but I still have him wrapped around my finger. He'll do anything for me, and I can have him back anytime I want. So, you're just going to keep stringing him along? You're a witch, Mia. And guess what? When I was looking for Will earlier, I saw your boyfriend making out with another girl in the bathroom. And I wasn't even lying. Those two jerks deserved each other. When I reached home, I marched straight up to Will's room angrily. How do you feel making a complete fool of yourself?
Well, Mia did side with me.
Oh, stop it. Do you seriously think she wants to get back with you? She's manipulating you. Are you blind?
What's your problem? Don't you want me to get back with Mia so that you can just get your money and leave?
You're pathetic, Will. Know your own worth and have some self-respect, dude.
I don't remember asking you for a lecture on how to live my life.
Fine. Do whatever you want. Date Mia, marry her, whatever. I don't care. I slammed the door hard and stormed off to my room. Idiot. The next day, I didn't even sit with Will at lunch. And I felt even madder when I saw Mia walk up to him. Will, I broke up with my boyfriend. That jerk was cheating on me. And I was a fool not to realize how amazing you were. Can we get back together? I know you still care.
Well, I'm not too sure about that anymore. I'm done being your backup plan, Mia. Good luck with your life, but I'm not interested anymore.
Mia looked stunned, and Will just walked out. That was amazing! When I reached home that day, I found Will waiting for me in my room with an envelope in his hands.
You kept your part of the deal. Now it's my turn.
I took the envelope, and when I opened it, my eyes almost popped out. It was a check for $20 million. How did you manage to do this?
Let's just say I'm Mom's only weakness, so it wasn't that difficult.
Thank you. I guess now there is no reason for me to stay back any longer. Will looked at me and then spoke.
I guess there isn't. I'll drop you at the airport when you're ready.
Soon, I flew back to Italy, and Mom and I started our own perfume business with that money. Thankfully, it took off, and I also started getting acting offers once things settled down. One day while I was shooting, I noticed a familiar face in the crowd, a face I'd been dying to see again. Will, what are you doing here?
Listen, Valentina, I know I suck at writing songs, but I have to say this.
Oh, please, not a song.
Just listen. No matter what I do, I'm always thinking of you. You're stuck in my head like glue, and I think I'm in love with you.
You're such a doofus, Will. And I love you too.